So, why do losses cause you to go on tilt and blow your account? It's probably something that you're avoiding because you haven't familiarized yourself with your own losing model. What's a losing model? Just like how you have a winning model, a trading edge, something that'll give you a higher probability of winning your trade over another, right? That's only one part or 50% of your trading system is the edge, the winning model. But you completely ignore and neglect the losing model. Right? You haven't created a losing model. You haven't familiarized yourself with losing, grew an intimate relationship with losing. And because of that, it has a negative impact on your trading and your emotions, causing you to tilt and blow up your account. And I've been there, right? Like, I know for a fact that losses, what they meant to me they were steps back from the life that I aspire to live. The more losses I incur, the further I get from where I want to be in life. And after a few years of trading, I started to realize that that's simply not true. Through experience and back testing, losses are nothing but a door that you have to walk through in order to reach those trading wins, right? Granted, trading isn't a win or lose kind of game. It's a probabilities based game, right? One step back, two steps forward. It's a game of math. Understanding that only following proper execution, meaning following your plan, only then do every loss increase the odds of you winning your next trade. You need to backtest so much that your losers start to look like investments because you always got a return every time you lost, right? So for every $1 that I lose, I make $3, right? If you have a 2R multiple, right? Every $1 that you lose, you make $2. So at the end of your back testing sessions and you're looking at that profit and loss ratio or that average win, average loss ratio, you'll start to see that every dollar that you lost, this is how much I made. That's not losing, that's an investment. And this will continue to go on, witnessing that return on your investment the more trades that you put on, a series of trades. And I know that you hear a series of trades, and I can't give you an exact number because trading is an infinite game, meaning the purpose of this game, the objective to win an infinite game is to stay in play, to keep that trading account forever. And if I were able to give you a set number, a finite number of trades that you needed in order to make money, then you've already lost the game. And going back to the fact that trading is a one step back, two steps forward game, it can only be two steps forward if you keep your one step back actually one step. Your emotions, your psychology, the way that you respond to losses, it determines how many steps back that you take. So your only job here is really to keep it together, keep your emotions in check. And the only way that you can possibly do that is if you have a losing model, is if every time you backtest, you write down and you examine and you pretty much dig into your losers and figure out, how can I make this a more effective loss, right? How can I make this loss increase the chances of me winning my next trade? What is the market telling me once I take this loss? Like, once my stop loss hit, what market feedback am I receiving? This is the way that you have to think in terms of loss. And the more you get into it, right, the more you dig into it, you will no longer see loss as a threat because now you guys have an intimate relationship. You guys are friends now, right? So what are other ways that you can, create a losing model or define your losing model? The first thing is you define your edge, your winning model, and then you flip it on its back, right? What's the opposite? So if you are trading the opening range break, right, or any type of momentum continuation based, trend based setup, then obviously you won't do well in range based markets. Another thing that you can do is mark out your red flags, right? Like, which sessions, I know for me, Asia session, I get killed every time, but I know some people who do very well in Asia session. Are you chasing breakouts without confirmation, or are you chasing breakouts knowing that the market consolidates 70% of the time and you're just looking for a trend every single day? Do you have a trend-based setup that you're executing in a ranging market, or do you have a range-based setup that you're executing in a trending market? Another key thing that helps me out with my losers is my stop loss is not just a stop loss to get me out of my trade, right? It is, but the second role it plays is it's an invalidation point. So I know that once this hits, not only is my trade invalidated, My bias is invalidated. So now I need to look for an entry model going in the opposite direction that I initially had. And just like you know your win rate, right? You know your win rate, you know how much money that your system can yield, you know the R multiple, but what's your loss rate? What does it mean every time you lose? Look at your stats. How many trades have you taken when you got your big losers, and how many trades did you take when you got your small losers? What conditions, events, or actions that you did in the market that triggered you in order to have that emotional volatility and cause you to go on tilt and try to go on redemption mode and redeem yourself for making a mistake? Actually, here's a better question. What would it take for you to forgive yourself after you make a mistake during your trading session so you won't dig a deeper hole? These are the things that you need to think about when we're talking about losses. And this is what it takes to actually deal with losses, to not chase that redemption, to not revenge trade, not to impulsively trade, right? And be okay with taking those losses and ending the day red so we can take that one step back. And then tomorrow we come back into the session. And as long as we execute our system properly, the chances of us winning the next trade increases, and then we can take those 2 steps forward. So I said all this to say, the only way you can become a successful trader is if you learn how to take your losses. So learn them, grow a relationship with them, make them your friends, give them a positive role in your trading system. A winning model, your edge, is only half of your system. You need a losing model. And to recognize this, you need to study yourself and continue to backtest.